We've hit Pep, we've hit Klopp, we're changing things up and going back a little ways with CRUYFF. Let's take a look. Yes, this is the Johan Cruyff tactic from 1994's Barcelona team, according to the Steam Workshop, and the person who made it was Vestiaire. Apologize. But it says the 3-4-3 diamond inspired by Johan Cruyff's dream team of 1994. They did a fantastic job with Barcelona in FM24 getting the quintuple. So having an absolutely amazing season. They didn't get the perfect season in the league at least, but they got the quintuple. So it's good enough for me to give it a good try. But we are starting off with a sweeper keeper in support right now. Wide center backs on both sides in defend, a central defender in cover, a halfback in defend, a central midfielder in attack next to a box-to-box in support, wingers on both sides in support, shadow striker in attack, and up front is an advanced forward in attack. And as you could see, there are plenty of individual instructions to take a look at. Now, this is an attacking mentality. Cruyffismo, I like that. In possession, you've got fairly standard stuff. Attacking width is fairly wide. Pass into space. Play out of defense. Much shorter passing directness, though. Tempo slightly higher. Play for set pieces. Low crosses. Play for set pieces. Interesting. Counter press, counter. Slow pace down in transition section. Distribute to the center backs. Out of possession. A high press line of engagement. Much higher defensive line. Trigger press much more often. Get stuck in and step up more. Now, how did this do for our three teams when we start out with the Premier League teams of Liverpool and Aston Villa? Meh. Not too bad. I mean, Liverpool at 78 points is a little lower than what we expect. Aston Villa, though, in Europa League spots in 6th place, so they must have won a trophy in there. 62 points. Yeah, I would say so far about average. You're still getting up there, better in the table for Aston Villa than you're expected. However, overall average. Liverpool EFL Cup final, you lose out to Brentford. You beat Manchester City. You don't have a lot of strong teams, but you do lose out to Brentford. Interesting. Yeah, and you're out destroyed by Manchester City in the FA Cup third round, 0-6. And Europa League round of 16 is where you lose out to Celtic. This was not a good tactic for you Liverpool fans. I'm sorry. So we'll see how the squad goes. But goals-wise, 24 for Szoboszlai, Nunez with 23, Salah with 20. So the front three, again, not too bad. 28 assists from Mohamed Salah. That's insane. 14 for Trent, not too bad. Average rating, a lot of players in the green. Salah with 766, 738 for Szoboszlai, 728 for Pepe. Who is Pepe? Pepe came in during the summer from Porto. So that's an interesting pickup. That's one to take a look at. Aston Villa losing out in both the EFL Cup, the third round, and the FA Cup fifth round. 1-2 in extras against Brentford and then Plymouth. They did not have a good cup run whatsoever. However, the Europa Conference League is where they put all of their efforts, winning over Eintracht Frankfurt 3-1 in the final. You beat Fenerbahce, Aberdeen, LASK, so you don't have the strongest of teams here, but Fenerbahce is a pretty big team. Frankfurt's a pretty big team, so overall, I mean, a fantastic job. Every single match a win except this one FC20 match. That's too bad, but a fantastic run no matter what. And you get Europa League next year. Squad-wise, Martinez constantly getting up there in appearances. 40 goals for Ollie Watkins. That's insane. 14 for Diaby. Not too bad. 18 assists for Leon Bailey. 17 for Tielemans. And then average rating, 724 for Leon Bailey. Ollie Watkins was 719. Definitely nowhere near Salah. However, if you brought Coutinho back, maybe. I wonder actually, how is Coutinho in this season in FM24? Would love to see how he plays. But overall, a good set of green there for Aston Villa. Data hub-wise, though, even though Liverpool did not have a fantastic season, I mean, compared to what they should have had, or at least have had in other tactics, they have some seriously strong attacking numbers. Shots per game, non-penalty expected goals per game, fouls against per game is all pretty up there. Dribbles per game, so again, another dribbling tactic. Defensively is where they lost it, though. And if we look at Aston Villa, similar numbers, just a lot less. And if we look at the Premier League stats, as you can see, I mean, most goals Liverpool, 109. Clear favorites, clear winners there. Aston Villa in fourth, though, with 80. Not too far from Manchester United, but could have put a few more in the back of the net. Fewer shots against, of course. Most possession, Liverpool's up there with 62%. Most dribbles made, there you go, 674 with Liverpool. But a lot of these other ones, I mean, they're in there. Aston Villa's on the very bottom of the best pass completion. Liverpool, most shots for. Aston Villa's up there as well. And if we switch over to player overview, It is the Liverpool show with Manchester City in there as well. Of course, most goals, Haaland with 31, but Ollie Watkins is in there. Salah's in there with 16. Most assists, 22 for Salah. I'm surprised with so many assists that, 22 came in the league. But most player of the match awards, Salah, of course, with 9. And that's still on the high. I mean, it's higher than average, but not too much. Best pass completion, people are in there. I mean, dribbles made, Salah's up there. Salah's just an absolute beast this year. And as we switch over to Ipswich Town in the championship, unfortunately getting in 9th place, 74 points. I mean, one more win and you would have gotten up probably into, or maybe 2 more wins, you would have gotten up into the playoff promotion spots. But 9th place is not a fantastic result for this one, unfortunately. The EFL Cup out in the first round against Bristol Rovers 1-3, and then out in the FA Cup 4th round against Brentford. And if we actually take a look at all competitions, you can see they just, I mean, it's such a hit or miss. You got 3 losses, 2 wins, 5 losses, 3 wins, 2 losses, and then like 5 wins there. So it's really hit or miss. And as I always say, a lot of these times, if you take control of things yourself, in-match tactics, shouts, training, transfers, things like that, you could do a lot better. I mean, you've got some numbers. 0-2 maybe against Norwich, Swansea 1-2, 1-2 against Brentford. You could probably do a little bit better than what they did. I know that's the FA Cup, but still, you could have done a little bit better than what Ipswich Town did in this save. Squad-wise, I'm going to assume is fairly standard. 17 goals for Hurst, Chaplin with 12. Assist-wise, 15 for Broadhead, 14 for West Burns, the only 2 in the double digits. And then not really a lot of players in the green, unfortunately. West Burns with 718 average rating. And yeah, not really expecting much here for the championship stats. Most goals, I mean, they're 5th with 85. But unfortunately, 2nd in most possession. Dribbling, of course, they're in there because this tactic is just a dribbling tactic, as you could see from the data hub. But overall, I mean, they're in there. They're just not high up. And if we switch to the player overviews, most goals, nobody. I mean, Ipswich Broadhead right there with most assists. They're out of this mostly. West Burns with dribbles. Overall, to be honest, it just didn't work for these 3 teams. I mean, Liverpool in Champions League spots in 4th, but still should have been a lot better. They're expected to be 2nd. They're supposed to be, coming up against Manchester City. Aston Villa is supposed to be in 10th or thereabouts. They come up in 6th, but 62 points is definitely not a fantastic season for them. And then Ipswich Town are right around where they, kind of deserve to be or what they're expected to be in the league. So, that's what happens in these tactics that are just a full sim. I'm not taking control of anything. And like I said, you could do a lot better if you took control of these teams yourself. However, it just didn't work for this. So that is it for me, Sefian FM, for the Football Manager blog channel, saying thank you as always for watching. Take care and enjoy.